Thank you. Apparently, there we go. Thank you, Madam Chair. First, I understand my friend's concerns, but I want to point out that this bill, as well as many of the others that we have approved, are actually below last year's funding levels as enacted in the omnibus bill. And so the idea that these are fiscally irresponsible is countered by that fact. Many of us have been clear since the debt limit agreement was first unveiled that we believed it would woefully underfund our national defense, our homeland security, certain security accounts in the bill before us at a very dangerous time. And when the bill was being considered on the Senate floor, Senator Graham led an effort where many of us joined in to secure a public statement from the Senate Majority Leader making clear that the bill would not limit the Senate's ability to appropriate emergency funds to address vital national security threats and issue of national importance, and that's what we're doing today. Let's be clear, emergency spending does not break the debt limit agreement. The law allows for funding to be designated as an emergency and for other adjustments for program integrity, wildfire suppression, and disaster relief funding. Funds included in the state foreign ops bill that has been so ably drafted by Senator Coons and Senator Graham provide life-saving humanitarian aid to people facing national disasters, food insecurity, and other complex emergencies. It's important for us to realize that this bill directly affects our national security. And that's why it received some additional funding. But it is still below last year's level.
Madam Chair, if I may just respond very quickly.
Are there any other members who want to comment on this issue? Senator Graham? Then we'll turn back to you for final comment. Senator Manchin.
Well, Senator Manchin, you're dead right. You should not ever shy away from trying to get us to be more responsible with public dollars. I mean, the debt is a mountain. I guess what I'm saying is echo what Senator Collins said. Here's the world as I see it. It's not getting better, it's getting worse. There are 330 million people depends on some form of food aid every day. That's doubled in 2 years. So I don't expect all the American taxpayer to deal with that, but I think we do need to make a contribution. It's really an emergency. What Russia's doing in Ukraine with grain production, wait till it hits the developing world. About half the developing world gets their grain needs from Ukraine. There is a tsunami of problems flowing from the lack of food and this war caused by Russia. And the money in this bill helps some, and it will encourage other countries to do more. Finally, the World Food Program is $15 billion short of the money needed to meet its budget because of what's happened in the last year. I don't expect us to give $15 billion, but we're going to have to contribute some to urge others to do it. So from my point of view to the committee, there is an emergency on steroids coming in the food security space.
Thank you. I will turn to Senator Manchin for a final comment, but we do have votes on.
Madam Chair, as I mentioned,
as I said, Senator Van Hollen and Senator Baldwin have both been recognized. Is there anyone else who wishes to make comments? With that, Senator Manchin, if you want to make a final comment, and then we'll turn to Senator Van Hollen.
Okay. No, first of all, I am not saying that you all didn't do anything wrong. You worked within the confines of the gimmicks we put in the budget process forever. I understand that. I understand this process enough to understand that we're never going to get our house in order. I don't know how we justify that we've accumulated more debt in 20 years than the first 220 years. I don't know how we justify that we spent more money in 21 years than we've ever taken in. I understand we had a pandemic. We spent over $5.2 trillion during that pandemic. Money's still floating. And I don't think we're better off for all the money we spent. We could have done it a little bit better. So I'm not condemning anybody. I want to get a budget done on time. I like to get it for the first time, at least while I'm here, by September 30th. What I'm saying, we better recognize where we're at and where we're taking this country, because you're going to basically not be able to service the debt and all the things we're talking about. You're just not going to have the confidence unless we keep buying our own money. I didn't even mention to you that we're about $9 trillion. We bought our own debt. We're buying our own paper. We had to. Nobody stepped to the plate. So we bought $9 trillion. Up until that time, we never had more than $1 trillion 20 years ago. Just be cognizant of your financial situation that we're dealing with. That's all I'm saying. Thank you.